Hello, my lovelies. Today I have a huge box from Arket that arrived, and I thought we could go through it together. I ordered quite a few pieces. They are sort of perfect now for late autumn, and some of them are just going to be winter staples as well. So I'm really excited to try all of these on. Let me show you. This is the box. It's massive. It's been a little while since I ordered from Arket, but they do have some amazing pieces, and there are some things in this haul that I am beyond excited to try on with you. So let's do that. As always, I will link everything down below in the description box, and I'll try to remember to put in the sizes as well. So I think we're just going to start with the piece that I am the most excited about. Okay, I put it on a hanger to show you the beauty of this piece a little bit better, and let me show you this faux fur very long coat. How amazing is this piece? I bought something quite similar from Mango last year that was a shorter version, and I got so much wear out of it. But when I saw this, and they do also make this in a shorter version if you're interested in that, but this is just such a statement piece. It's so incredibly cozy, and obviously this is faux fur. It is polyester to my knowledge. I mean, I know it's not wool because the price point would be completely different. Yes, the entire thing is a polyester, so keep that in mind. But considering the thickness of it, and I say this about faux fur all the time, it's fantastic for winter because there is just so much insulation. It's actually quite warm even if there isn't any wool in it, so I wouldn't be too concerned. But the look of this is just so cool, so let me try it on. Okay, this is one of the coziest things ever, and as per usual, our cat sizing is quite large, so I anticipated that and I ordered, I want to say pretty much everything in this haul is ordered in a size down. I bought this in a size extra small. It's the smallest size they make and it's still so roomy. And one thing I really appreciate about this is the arm size, so the armpit area, if you will, in this coat is quite low. Sometimes it will be a little bit high, making it difficult to put layers on underneath. Not here though, it's nice and wide in the sleeve as well, so I really enjoy the fit of this actually. I probably could have the size up, but I really don't think I would want to. I find it quite easy for these coats to be almost a little bit overwhelming because they turn very bear-like, because there is just a lot of this obviously faux fur going on, but this has these beautiful black fabric details. So if I just show you up close here, you can see it's made sort of to look a little bit like leather, just to complete the look. I think it really elevates it as well. And you also have the same thing in the back. And I think that is such a good detail. It really makes the piece look a little bit more expensive and interesting, because sometimes with these coats, especially in this length, they can just look a little bit like a lot of nothingness. Some extra details really make the piece, I think. And as you can see, a really nice and high collar as well. I'm probably going to kill the microphone when I do this, but I just want to show you, you can kind of wrap this. But I think it is really cool and such a nice detail. Great if you want to have a little bit of extra protection during winter against the wind. I can just see this be so nice and warm and cozy. I can really feel it just in my living room. This is getting a little bit too warm and it's open, and I'm just trying to have a lot of air going through it. It's such a cool piece though. I was really excited to receive this, and I think it has exceeded my expectations as well. I can see this being a go-to staple all throughout winter, so I'm really happy that this time around I have kind of come out a little bit ahead of the season to get these pieces that I know I will get a ton of wear out of. In this haul, I do actually have a little bit of colour, and I have been very influenced by the trendy colours of the season, and this one is such a good one. It's this, what do you want to call it? Khaki green, army green, faded green. Either way, it being a little bit faded like this means that it is just so easy to style. I almost feel like I can style this as if it were a neutral. I really enjoy it. And I just bought these tailored trousers. I have had quite good success with tailored trousers from Arket previously. I have bought mainly their linen versions though, and this is definitely in a much thicker material. One of my favorite things to do for winter and the colder season is to switch out, just keep my regular silhouettes but just switch them out to a heavier fabric. I really like these trousers actually. I think the color works so well with this top as well, and I will say that they don't feel as big as the trousers usually feel from them. So if you're between sizes, maybe you don't have to size down for these. But I really like that they are so nice and roomy in the hips, but they still have a really nice structure to them because of the pleat in the front, and the pleat is sort of folded over. I don't know if I can show you that. So you just have extra room. I think it's such a nice design detail. It really just elevates the piece, and then that kind of just goes down into one of those regular pleats that are put into the fabric. But the fold over here I think is actually quite flattering. I think these are really, really beautiful and fantastic for a workwear wardrobe. And the color means that it's not too overwhelming. You can still wear this with all of your neutrals and just add a little bit more to your outfits. I do have a green scarf that I ordered as well, so I wanted to try that on with this. And oh my goodness, is this the softest thing ever? What is this made out of? It's so incredibly soft. This is 83% wool and 17% polyester. This is some of the softest I have ever felt, and you can see it's a really nice huge sized scarf as well. You have that fringe that just looks really cool, adds a lot of interest. I think this is such a statement scarf. I feel like this looks way more than it was, and it just looks really, really sort of, this reminds me of the acne scarves. It's actually going to work well as just wrapped over almost like a shawl. You can see because of the width of it. Oh, this would be such a great thing to bring to the office when it's a bit chilly in the morning and you just want a little bit, like I do this all the time. I love bigger scarves that can kind of function a little bit like a blanket, because I just think it is the most cozy thing and a little bit more socially acceptable to bring to work rather than an actual blanket. And you can obviously just wrap it up as well. Okay, let me put this jumper on a hanger. This one as well, I bought in an extra small. And looking at it, I think I could have gotten the extra small instead, but look at this piece. How cool is this? And this was 129 euros. Let me check the fabric composition of it. This is 79% wool and 21% cotton. I honestly think that is such a good price for a jumper, especially of this size. That is a wool and cotton blend. I want to wear this with a miniskirt so bad, but I will pair it with these trousers just to see what it looks like. Okay, I am so conflicted about this jumper. I partly really love this. I mean, the color I think is really good. I love the sort of mottled detail of it. The white going through it I think looks really good, adds a lot of interest, makes it a little bit more cozy as well, I think. And the neckband as well is nice and snug, so I just think it keeps its shape quite well. The sizing actually looks quite decent in the shoulders and everything, and it's not too tight anywhere, so I feel like it was okay to size down as much as I did. It's incredibly soft. I can't believe this is nearly 80% wool. It doesn't feel wool-like at all. It's very soft. The quality on this feels really nice. I love it for this time of year. It's quite warm, I will say that. So if you're looking for a nice, cozy, warm jumper, this might be it. But, this is a very long jumper. So let me move back so you can see just how long. I think if I got this in a size up, maybe 2 sizes up, I could have worn this as a jumper dress. Maybe that's an idea. Maybe that's actually an idea. Maybe that's what I do, because I want this to work so badly and I just don't really feel like it does, at least not with these trousers. But as a jumper dress, it might actually work. I am very close to just trying to do that instead. But you can kind of see that I would need to fold this up. I think if it were This length right here, I would definitely 100% keep it. But now I am just trying to figure out a way to make this actually work because I love the look of it so much, but I just don't think the length of this works on me really well. Anyways, I'm getting very, very warm, so let's switch into something else that is probably going to be equally warm. So this is another jumper. So you can see this is much lighter. It's not as thick in the fabric. And this was described as brown. I will say it looks a little bit more brown in real life than it does in camera, but it's a very, very neutral shade, which can be quite good because it's very easy to style with both warmer and cooler pieces. But I really love the detail in the back. So this obviously has a fold over collar, and then you just have a split in the back. I think small details like that just completely make a piece for me. This is 100% wool. It feels quite soft, but I always need to put it on to feel it against my skin to feel what that feels like. And if I remember, this wasn't too expensive either. This was actually 79 euros, which is again quite a good price, I think, for something that is 100% wool. Okay, immediately, I don't think this is as nice and soft as the previous one. It's definitely a little bit thinner as well, but I still don't think it's scratchy wool-wise, and I do like the design on this one a little bit better. I just think it's a little bit easier to style. The sleeves are really long, and I am wondering if they are meant to be folded back like this. I mean, this must be how it's meant to be worn, I think. I really like the design on the cuff and the fold over collar as well. It just looks really nice, but my favorite is that it has that little split here and it's still really nice and roomy. I got this in a size extra small, so I didn't size down quite as much as I did for the previous one. Such a nice and neutral color. I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't call this brown. I would personally call this a warm gray. I still think it's a beautiful color, but I don't really think it's a brown. But such a nice piece that I think you could style for work even with trousers like this. You could probably fold this up like this front part, which is why I love the split here, and then just tuck that into the waistband if you want to just tuck it in and have a belt or something like that. I think this one would actually dress up for work quite nicely, depending on your work environment, obviously. But it's also such a great casual piece. This would look fantastic with jeans. I also think a mini skirt it would look great with. You could layer it over a nice dress. There are so many styling options for this. It's just such a great basic that I can really see being quite versatile. I'm going to do a casual and slightly lighter outfit. I bought this lyocell top. This wasn't too expensive. This was 29 euros. And I love having these lighter layering options for late autumn and winter because I can layer them even underneath what I have on right now if I need extra warmth, or they go great over warmer cardigans when you just want a light layering option underneath in case you walk in somewhere and it's really warm. You don't want to be sitting there trapped in a wool jumper and sweating. So I think these are fantastic for that. So this is 52% lyocell, 38% cotton and 10% elastane, and it does feel really nice and stretchy and just something that is going to be really, really breathable. It's not hemmed. You can see how light this is. It has no hem at the end here, so you just have a slight roll that is both for the sleeve and the actual garment. And again, a light layering piece that is not going to keep you warm this time of year, but it's still something that is really, really convenient, and I go through so many of these. I also keep them like this exact shape in like a light merino wool for when it's dead of winter and I need every layering piece to be wool and warm, but they are really such convenient things. And then I also bought a pair of jeans. You know, I am forever on the hunt for my perfect jeans, and I don't actually think I've tried jeans from Arket previously, so I'm very excited. But these looked really good. They have a wider leg, and I always, in my head, it always looks good, but in reality, sometimes wide leg jeans really don't work on me, so we will see. These were 89 euros. They are obviously high waist. It says flared leg, not even wide, it's flared. So I'm going to put on these two and get out of this wool because I am getting quite warm in here at the moment. I just checked and this top is in a size small, so I would take your regular size in this top, but it is the softest thing. It's so nice and just a perfect basic if you want to layer things on top of it. And it hit me about here. I'll pull it out later so you can see. I just want to show the jeans first, but it's a really nice and comfortable layering piece. It honestly feels like wearing absolutely nothing. It's so stretchy and soft. I think they also did it in a lot of different colors, so I might get a couple more of these actually. But for the jeans, I quite like these as well. I always ask your feedback on jeans because it's very helpful. I feel like I have slight jeans blindness sometimes. But I really like these because they are fitted, I want to say down to here-ish, and then they kind of just go straight down. I don't really see them as super flared, even though the description said they were. I find that they are the perfect wide leg without being too wide, like they're not too baggy, and especially because I'm shorter, I say this quite a lot as well. I just find it really flattering when I have a high waist that is fitted down to here, because if it starts going a very sort of wide mid hip or a little bit too low, I just find that it's a little bit unflattering. It can kind of throw off the proportions a little bit. So this is definitely my happy medium, not even happy medium, just my preferred fit really, to still feel like my outfit looks a little bit elongated. The length of these, as you can probably see, is a little bit on the longer side. With a little heel, it is not an issue, but I like to wear my jeans with sneakers and low flat shoes as well, so I'm probably going to hem these just a little bit, but just keep in mind if you're very tall, these might again fall a little bit on the shorter side. And I want to show you another layering piece, the other outerwear piece I ordered in this haul. It's not going to come as a surprise, but it is a blazer. I really love having blazers like this. You can clearly tell it's very much a warm jacket, and I love having them for winter because you get to keep that very chic silhouette and the structure of it without needing to grab a very thin layering piece. This can still be really nice and warm, and the very sort of fuzzy cozy texture on the fabric here just makes it feel so appropriate for the colder months. I think it is fantastic, and I do have a couple of blazers from Arket already. I really like them. They tend to do them quite well, so I'm very excited to try this one on. This is in a size EU 34, a UK 6, and it was €189. And it is 77% wool, 20% polyamide, and 3% acrylic, and the lining is 100% acetate. I really think that's a pretty good fabric composition for the price. Oh, this is quite oversized. And I did size down in this as well. Oh, this is really, really comfortable. I'm just going to check. It's a little bit not super wide in the sleeves because again, the arm side is a little bit high. It's completely fine with what I have on underneath now, but I don't think you would get a lot of chunky knitwear on underneath this because it's quite oversized, as you can see, so I wouldn't recommend sizing up to get a roomier fit either. But on its own, I think this is so, so cool. I'm going to be honest, I think for me, it's just a touch too big and too long. I think it looks good. I think it would look great over a slim fit dress or with a mini skirt, but I feel like this is going to be something I can't really style with enough of my outfits because it feels a little bit difficult to style, and this one feels like it's just a little bit not that flattering on my frame. Let me know if you disagree. Apart from that, I think it is a wonderful piece. It's beautiful. The structure on it is fantastic, and I say this a lot about blazers. You want to make sure that the lapels here are flat and have a little bit of structure, because if they start to look a little bit flimsy, the entire blazer just looks so cheap and so awful. And this one really has that right amount of structure, especially with the fabric being a little bit thicker as it is here as well. It makes sense. Such a cool piece though, and I think if you're a little bit taller, this would look amazing. I have a skirt, and I knew I had to try this as soon as I saw it. I'm quite picky when it comes to skirts. I definitely don't have a ton of them because they need to be just right. But I saw this and it's so beautiful. It's this, is this midi? Is it maxi? On me, it's probably going to be mid-axi. You can see it's kind of chunky knit, and you have an elastic in the waistband as well. to make it sit nicely, hopefully. And one of my favorite things about this is that it is 100% wool. It was 79 euros. I think that is a pretty fair price for how much wool you get. And you know how much I love wool for winter, and I also love whites for winter. So I just knew this was, I'm not going to say it was a perfect purchase before I've tried it on, but I knew I had to try it. It did also come with a matching top that I almost bought, but I did remember that I had quite a few light white tops that this would easily match with, so I didn't have to buy that one yet. But I'm very excited to try this on, so let me just pull it on very quickly. Oh my goodness, this is perfect. I love it even more when it's on. It's incredibly comfortable. It's quite stretchy, as you can see. It's only the waistband that is a little bit like you need to keep in mind, I think, when you are ordering your size. But this is so comfortable, and because the knit of this is a little bit chunky, you do actually have a little bit of a vertical stripe effect going on without it being too obvious. I think this is so flattering because it is stretchy. It just fits to your body and it's really comfortable. I actually really like the way it kind of sits around the hips and then just goes straight down, that it's not too fitted all the way down. I think sometimes that can make these skirts a little bit more difficult to style and just a little bit too kind of like bodycon, and this one just feels like a perfect middle ground. This is so good. I'm so excited about this. I'm very, very happy I ended up ordering this. I have nothing negative to say about it, really. And I do think the sizing is good as well, so you can, especially if you're between sizes, probably size down, as you can with most of the pieces from Arket, really. I need to try it on with the blazer. The most difficult part of doing these hauls is that I often want to run into my wardrobe and just try on all my other clothes. Oh, I think even the blazer looks better with this skirt. Everything just works. Oh, I really like it. Love this skirt. Okay, that's definitely one of the winners in this haul, for sure. And going back to trend colors of the season, I have this burgundy. Oh, it's such a beautiful deep color. And I have a pair of trousers, and then I also have a cardigan, and these look a little bit more similar in real life than they do in camera. I'm not entirely sure why they're coming off so different, but I am, as you might know, very much into dressing head to toe in the same color. It's one of my favorite ways of putting together outfits. I think it just looks so chic and so intentional. So I knew I wanted to try both of these. I'm going to say that immediately I don't think I will be keeping this cardigan. Let me put it on over what I have on right now. I got this in a size extra small, and it is 35% polyester, 31% wool, 31% alpaca, and 3% elastane. I want to say it's very alpaca-y, so you can see oh, it's not really showing up in camera the way it is in real life. That's very annoying. There you can see you have a lot of these sort of longer fibers coming off, making it look a little bit lived in, maybe quite worn. I just really love the idea of this being a really nice cozy cardigan you could just throw on and just have a very loose sort of relaxed layering piece. And I don't really love it on me either. The sleeves feel quite long and a little bit tight. A little bit tighter than I would love. I don't feel like they're looking flattering, honestly, at all. I love this little extra drapey bit at the front, but overall I have a feeling this is not going to be it for me. It looked so good on the model, which is obviously why I ordered it. And then you have a tie, which I think is cool, so you can kind of get a little bit of shape. And I have to admit, it looks much better when I tie it like this. I think that is definitely an improvement. And I want to try it on with these trousers. They look very similar to the green ones I have, but they are not in a twill, as you can see. Other than that, they look very similar. They have that same fold here. Please let us all know in the comment section down below if you know what this extra little bit off of the belt loops is supposed to be for. But they have that same pleat that I thought was really good on the green ones because it just creates a really nice and still flat effect at the front. These are 57% polyester and 43% wool, so quite similar fabric composition as well, but I want to say it is a different fabric. Let me put them on and we'll see. Okay, the fit is quite similar to those of the green ones. I think these might feel even a little bit smaller. Very slight though, but the construction and everything, the fit, it feels very, very, very similar. But I do think the cardigan looks better over these, but it's not something I see myself keeping because I just don't think the cost per wear would make sense. But I love the drapey bit here with the belt. I do like the cardigan more and more, I will say that. It is growing on me. But I just need to keep in mind that it's a little bit silly to keep a piece like this if I have so many things I don't really love about it, and I really only love it with these trousers, but I do think that's a good silhouette. But my favorites are definitely the skirt, the scarf, and the first coat that I tried on. These are pieces I can see myself wearing for years and years, and I can really see the cost per wear on those items being quite good as well. Let me know which were your favorites. What do you think I should keep? What do you think I should return? Do I order the green jumper in 2 sizes up and try it as a jumper dress? Because I'm kind of tempted. Let me know what you think, and thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you very shortly in the next video. Bye!